Good evening, everyone. Peace and blessings to you all. So glad to be with you again this evening on day 17 of our 64-day challenge focused on creating peace and nonviolence. My name is Reverend Leah Alvarado. I'm with New Thought Northern Colorado Center for Spiritual Living. Today's topic is cultivating the strength to love. In his book, Strength to Love, by Dr. Martin Luther King, he wrote, "Through nonviolent resistance, we shall be able to oppose the unjust system and at the same time love the perpetrators of the system." Such a powerful statement. The message is clear. If there is anything that we fear so deeply that we would lose our courage and abandon love in the moment, we have not yet embodied nonviolence in our hearts. In everyday terms, this means that nothing said to us, no actions taken against us or another, should be able to drive us from nonviolence. The founder of Christian Science, Mary Baker Eddy, said, "Stand porter at the door of thoughts." A porter in a building watches who goes through the doors so that nothing bad happens. What she is saying then is to watch our thoughts because they determine our experiences. Once on the path of nonviolence, every interaction, every relationship, no matter how difficult, becomes an opportunity to be aware of the thoughts we allow ourselves to think. Often we hear people say that they can't help reacting with anger when others attack them. Yet in a split second between the perceived attack and our response, a whole thought process occurs. It only takes a second. But that process always occurs when we're reacting to someone's attack upon us. Then we can choose love or fear or anger in response. Being aware of this process and watching for it in every interaction is one way to cultivate the strength we need to hold to love no matter what. Now, it's not always easy. Anger sometimes is necessary. It has its place. Many movements have been created out of anger and frustration and a desire for change. But there's a way to do it with the strength of love. Both Dr. Martin Luther King and Gandhi, both of them stood up for what they believed in, but they did it with love. Responding to the love within us instead of reacting to the world outside of us is the path of nonviolence. So I have two questions for us today. And I'd like you to just take a moment. I'm going to put them in the chat. And I'd like you to just take a moment to just reflect on these questions. As you think about your own life and your own experience, the first question, how can I witness hard things in the world and still respond with love? How can I witness hard things in the world and still respond with love? There's been many hard things that all of us have witnessed, particularly over the last 10, 11 months during the pandemic. How do we see the world through love? How can we do that? It's a good question to ponder and to think about. And the next question, what practices have I learned that strengthen love within me? What practices have you already tried that have opened your heart, that have allowed you to see through a new lens, that have allowed you to feel differently in a certain situation? I invite you to add those in the chat if there are things that you'd like to share with others. We'd love to see that. What are the practices that you've learned that have really helped to open you, to open your heart, to be able to see these moments and these challenging situations with love? And one minute we might be able to do it, and the next minute we can't. And that's okay. But we can support each other. We can lift each other up. We can help each other. Each of us are taking each other's hand and helping us up the staircase of life. ascending, moving, progressing upwards on our journey, our spiritual journey. Our consciousness is constantly expanding. And each experience is giving us an opportunity to return to love. My favorite topic. It's truly giving us that opportunity. And so these are some important questions to continue to reflect on. Our affirmative practice for today. So Dennis, thank you. So pause, yes, pausing, taking a moment, taking a breath, just pausing. Our head is going with thoughts constantly. And if we can just pause and just close our eyes, drop into our hearts, just that alone can make a difference within us. Pause before we speak, pause before we take action. Sometimes we are in such reaction mode, we just act, we respond instead of, let me take a breath and now respond. Yeah, great, great. So I'm going to put our affirmative practice in. Let's say that together. Today, I will watch for opportunities to choose non-violence over violence. Today, I will choose to cultivate the strength to love. I'm going to say that again, this last line. Today, I will choose to cultivate the strength to love. This is the path to nonviolence. So let's just close our eyes for just a few moments, doing what Dennis had suggested by just taking a pause, just taking a breath, breathing in the vibration of the words that have been spoken, dropping into your heart, feeling the presence of love that is always there. It is something that can never, ever, ever be extinguished. It is there within each of us. It is there within every single being on this planet. Whether we want to believe that or not, it is there. It's just for some. It has been covered up. It's been covered up by pain. It's been covered up by wounds. It's been covered up, but it is still there. And we have an opportunity to participate in the awakening of our planet by choosing to see through a different lens, to see through new eyes, to see love in everyone's interaction, in every challenging situation. Know that God's love is right there. The love of spirit, the essence of source is always right there. And so we have an opportunity to cultivate and strengthen that love. We can still take action. We can still participate in protests. We can still be active and yet do it with love, just as Gandhi and Dr. Martin Luther King did. So breathing that in, breathing in that truth, feeling it resonate through your entire being, radiating through every cell, through every fiber. Feel the truth of that. Love is who we are. Love is all there is. Love is who I am. Thank you for choosing to spend a few moments with me this evening. Join me tomorrow, same time, same place. Look forward to sharing this journey with you. Let peace begin with you. Namaste. Blessings.